Hi. Have you ever got a book and judged the contents by its cover and then read it and found out it was totally different from what you expected? Well, here's the juice. So I met this good on paper guy. Good on paper. Good job, check. Good background, check. Educated, check. So I thought, why not? I could give it a shot. And it chose a very good location as well. So at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, a girl's got to eat, right? So I thought, why not? That apple looks tempting. It looks really good. I might as well just take some and bite it just a little. Yeah, it looked nice enough. So I get to my date and I haven't even ordered wine and he's over there just yapping away. And I'm thinking, oh, no. Check please. Sort of. Basically, I just accepted a date with a manipulator. I think I beat that apple too soon. Basically, a manipulator is not limited to gender. It could be a man or a woman. It just so happens, in my case, it happened to be a man. Let's go through their type, shall we? 1. A manipulator wants to be placed above everything in your life. Your family, your friend, your work, your church, your health, basically everything. But it's not done in an obvious way. It's done really, really stylishly. Like a good example would be something like, oh, you were talking to your mom. Well, I was calling you nonstop. I was really hoping you could take my call for a minute. Or, oh, you've got to go to work. Well, I was hoping you could just drop me off at the grocery store, which will be totally opposite from where you actually have to go, but they believe they're more important. Or, oh, you've got to hang out with your friends today. Oh, I was hoping you could stay home and we'll discuss all the issues we've been having in this relationship. Basically, they just want to take over everything in your life. They want to be your God, if that makes any sense. So your sleep, your friends, your family, your work, nothing should come before them. And that's what they believe. But like I said, it's usually done very stylishly. Point 2. A manipulator wants you to jump through hoops. So what they do is place a bar really, really high that you can never really reach. So for instance, how does this work? Now, if I were dating a manipulator, he would say to me, well, you should have seen my last girlfriend. Oh my God, she was absolutely stunning. I can't even believe we broke up. Like, I still think about her sometimes. I know, yes, I've got you, but but she was so stunning. She was tall, slim, and she's got this perfect ebony skin, opposite of everything that I am. So basically, I have to start working out all the time and be on permanent heels and just trying to constantly work for affection. Now, if it's a girl, she can go something like, oh, my last boyfriend, oh my God, he was doing so well at his job. Oh my God, he bought me this and he bought me that and he did this and he did that and he did that. Constantly making you want to work hard to please her, to buy her things, to take her out all the time. Basically trying to work for their affection. So they place this bar really high. That is quite fake, but they just want you to keep working for their attention and their affection. Point 3, they hate morals. So if you're one of those people with really high standards and morals, you're not the biggest favorite of a manipulator. You know what they say? If you stand for nothing, you will fall for everything. It's really difficult to manipulate somebody with high standards and morals. 5, a manipulator will push you for sex. So if you've met a man or a woman that is just so quick to want to push that side of it, so quick to want to have sex, so quick, they're not doing it because they enjoy it. They're actually doing it to control you. So they understand the power of sex and they're using that as a control mechanism. So if you meet that person that is so quick, oh, you're the best, you're this, you're that, just so that they can quickly have sex, man or woman, it doesn't really matter. It's just so that they can use it to control you. Once you've started to sleep with someone, it's harder to walk out of the relationship. So they're so quick to want to get to that point of the relationship. Once they've manipulated you into placing them above everything in your life, then you've actually reduced your standards and your morals as well. Then you've been jumping through hoops to meet up to this fake bar they've actually placed, and you've been working so hard for attention. And you're sleeping with this person. So what they do is on to the next point. They start to triangulate. And what does that mean? So basically, for instance, you guys go out or whatever it is, they'll start to check out other women or other men just to make you insecure. Now, if you're out with other women or female friends or male friends or whatever it is, they would start to give your friend or whoever else is there attention. So they'll give that person more attention in front of you just to make you insecure. So the whole point is to actually break you down so much that you're constantly working out for attention. You're constantly insecure. So basically, the best way to do that is to triangulate. So you're out with your man or your woman and they're checking out other people like, oh, look at that. Oh, eventually you start to feel a certain way, right? So the next point is to isolate you. And how does this work? Now, first of all, they can start with your friends. Like, they start being maybe horrible to your friends, and eventually your friends stop hanging out with you guys or with you, then maybe your family, those ones are a bit harder to take out of your life. So think about it. Maybe your brother or your sister, your mother, your father does something very little. They will highlight it so much, like, I can't believe your mother did that to you. Oh my God, I can't believe your brother did that to you. Oh my God. At that point, they make you believe it's because they care about you so much, and that's why they're constantly angry on your behalf. That's why they're talking on your behalf. Oh my God, it was just a little thing. Oh my God, I can't believe your mother said that to you. I can't believe it. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. I can't believe. No. You should not accept that. You're not a child anymore. I can't believe this. If it's your job, you're actually that job. You're too good for that job. You're too intelligent. You're too whatever it is for that job, until you actually think about it like, okay, you know what, this person really cares about me, so maybe it's actually time I left the job. Maybe I shouldn't be here really. They would stylishly take everything out of your life and isolate you. And by then, most of your friends will be tired of advising you anyway. Do you understand? Because you would never listen. Because the truth is, they would do it from a point of, I really, really care about you. Oh my God, I can't believe this person did this to you. You shouldn't really talk to that person. Oh, I can't believe that person did that to you. So gradually, before you realize what's happening, you're actually at the manipulator's mercy, because you don't have any friends. Your family have stopped talking to you. You probably don't have a job, so they would take everything stylishly one by one out of your life. So just before the grand finale, at this point, you probably have no friends and nobody to talk to. So the only person in your life is this person, really. By that time, they've lost all respect for you and they're ready to move on to the next person. Because, it's like a chew toy, like a cat gets tired of a chew toy after a while. So they're already tired of the toy. They've gotten everything out of you they want to get out of you, and they've lost interest. They've lost all respect and interest for you. So they're ready to move on to the next. So at this point, then is the discard phase. I don't know if you've really seen people that would have a breakup and will go right into depression, or they would have a breakup and even want to commit suicide. It's probably because they were in the hands of a manipulator. So by the time they've taken everything away from you, then they just dump you and move on to the next. Most of the time, maybe someone someone younger or prettier, they have to do something as a grand finale, which is why the victim usually goes into maybe depression or even wants to commit suicide or whatever it is. So the grand finale phase is the discard phase. They literally discard. They don't break up, they discard you. If by a stroke of luck, you gather some sort of magical strength and you probably move on to another relationship quite quickly, or they see you out and about and you're looking quite well and not depressed. What happens with the manipulator is their ego cannot accept that. So what they do is run right back to you and start to hoover you. What does that mean? If you think about a hoover, it just sucks up dirt and everything. So what they do is run right back to you and start to love bomb you. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. You won't believe it. That person actually manipulated me. Oh, I heard this about you. That's why I ran away. Oh, I did. They keep calling and calling and calling, incessant calls. Do you understand? Until you cave and give in, and then they can start the cycle all over again. Anyway, so thank you. Do have a lovely week. And remember, do not buy that apple. Or at least, wait at least a month to get to know this person's behavior before you actually get intimate with them. This is Time Out. I am Dee. Have a beautiful week ahead. Namaste.